Okay. Alright, I think we have everyone, so I'm just going to check. Lightning Ridge, would you like to take your microphone off and you can say good morning?
Good morning!
And do we have Drummoyne Public? Can you take your microphone off and say good morning?
Your name is not
Oh, lots of people there at Drummoyne again. We're packed into the library. Kadina, are you there? No, we're missing Kadina. Current Hill, can you take yours off mute? And we have Gardner Bay. So Gardner Bay, can you wave to everyone, please? Excellent. Okay, now we've got 2 readers, and you're really your best reading voices, and you need to use best reading voices. Bigwood, off you go.
Welcome to the Sunday Chutney and Aaron Blabey video conference for Gardner Bay Public School. We would like to thank the New South Wales Primary School Teachers Association for organising and helping us with this VC.
We are really excited to see the other schools have done lots of writing and illustrations which we might read and see later. Please welcome Aaron to the VC.
Yay!
Hello! Good morning.
There we go. Thanks, guys. You can see.
Hello, everyone. Well, look, there's been so much cool stuff. We've seen so many cool drawings and so many cool stories. It's so exciting. The guys here have all got books and things that are just awesome. And look, there's a bunch of stuff. But before I start, I just wanted to let you know that Ursula can't be here today. Her mum is feeling really sick, and Ursula had to stay home and look after her. So she's not going to be here today. She's really sorry that she can't make it. But we're all sending our thoughts to her because she's having to take care of her mum. So hopefully she's doing okay. But what she did do, I don't know whether you remember, when we gave you your little job to write a story and do a picture, Ursula said that we'd do one as well. So what I'll do is, I haven't read it, Ursula wrote it. I'm going to do the picture. But Ursula wrote it, I haven't read it yet, but I think maybe we'll start today. I'll read it out to you guys. First time I've heard it as well. And then at the end today, after I hear your stories and see your pictures, I'll do a drawing to finish up. So this is the story about the swimming carnival, including Sunday chutney, that Ursula did. So, it was the day of the school carnival, and it was Sunday chutney's first day at school. She had a brand new swimsuit and a brand new hat. She felt very shy. It was so noisy, and there were so many other children shouting. None of them noticed her. Sunday chutney felt sad and lonely, but also excited because she was a good swimmer. Her best stroke was butterfly. When it was time for the race to begin, she stood on the starting block next to the others. She pulled down her goggles. Her heart was beating so fast, it felt like a frog. Ready, set, go! The whistle blasted, splash! In dived Sunday chutney. She felt happy when she was in the water. She forgot about all the other children, and she swam and swam and swam. She made huge waves in the pool. Everyone was amazed. She reached the end. She pulled off her goggles. Did she win the race? Congratulations, said a big scary teacher leaning over with a microphone. First place in the butterfly race goes to Bill Marmalade and Sunday Chutney, a perfect tie. Sunday Chutney pulled herself out of the pool. She stood waiting for her blue ribbon next to Bill Marmalade. You're a great swimmer, said Bill with a big smile, shaking Sunday's hand. How did you learn to swim so fast? Oh, said Sunday Chutney, just from a butterfly. The end. Well done, Ursula. Isn't that great? So when we finish up today, I'll draw a picture to go with it, okay? So, look, I don't know where to start. There's so many cool things. We've got all these amazing drawings. I love this one in particular. It's very beautiful. This one is from Burwood. There we go. Isn't that great? That's a really cool one of Sunday. But look, what I might do first is I think I'll just throw to each of you. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa. Top of my head. There's my glasses and there's the rest of me. Alright. So, why don't we go to each school and you can tell us a little bit about what you all did. So, I've got a little list here. Tapes are here. Lightning Ridge. What have you got, guys?
How many have you got time for?
I reckon we should do, like, don't be longer than like 4 minutes or something. So like 1 or 2, I reckon.
Okay, where you going?
Tuesday Terrific. Orientation. Hi, I'm Tuesday Terrific. I'm at the swimming carnival because it looks so fun. As soon as I got to the edge of the pool, I accidentally slipped and fell into the water, panicking my head off. Complication. I jumped out of the pool as quick as I could, hoping no one noticed. But unfortunately, all the kids started to laugh. Resolution. When my mum took me home, I decided to never ever go to the pool again. But then I realized that when I go past the pool, I'll see all the other kids having fun without me. Conclusion. So the next day, my mum took me to the pool. I was not afraid to jump in the water. I said to myself on 3, 1, 2, 3. I jumped into the water and I realized I was treading water. It was time to race. I wasn't sure if I could swim, but I took a chance. After the whole day, I could not believe it. I came third. Tuesday Terrific lives terrifically ever after.
That is so good. Hey, now, do you guys have a picture? Can you bring the picture up towards the camera? Can you bring the picture right up?
Oh yeah? Can you swap places? Thanks.
Oh, look at that. That is awesome. Round of applause, guys. So great. I reckon we've probably got time for one more little one. Have you got another little story?
Ella Vine, orientation. Ella Vine was a new student at Lightning Ridge Central School. Ella Vine had a very big secret. Complication. Ella was actually a mermaid, and whenever she was in the water, her legs turned into a tail. This was going to be very hard to hide at her new school's swimming carnival. Resolution. Ella tried to keep her secret, but as soon as her legs got wet, everyone saw her tail. They called scientists to do tests on her. The scientists tried to cut her open, but she got away.
Wow! Oh.
Big voice to the last. Big voice.
Ella Vine down to the ocean, dived down to the ocean and swam away. She met a merman husband named Orlando and had little mermaid baby named Toff.
Very good.
What a story! My goodness, round of applause, guys! Woo-hoo! Is there a picture that goes with that? Bring it up. That was very cool. No picture? Alright. Well, thank you so much, Lightning Ridge. Why don't we go to our next school? Burwood. Right, Burwood.
Sunday took me at the swimming club. One day I was at school waiting for the bell to ring. I was clutching a brown swimming bag in one hand because it was the day of the school swimming carnival. Suddenly I saw on a nearby bench. She looked lonely. I asked for her name and she whispered, "Sunday Chutney." My name sounded very peculiar, but I didn't want to express the feeling too much. Instead, I said, come on, class time. We better get to the assembly hall before we miss the bus. And have you got your swimming bag? I sure have. After suddenly we got into the bus which took us to the swimming pool. As soon as we got in the pool, I noticed something. Somebody wasn't there. Quickly finished my race, and as soon as I got out of the pool, I rushed to my teacher and told her about Sunday. Maybe I could make an announcement to tell everyone, look for her, she suggested. Because everyone was looking for something that was lost. Then a girl named Helene called out, maybe Sunday is in the outside pool. Let's go and check. She was thinking. Luckily, my teacher took her. Called the lifeguard and saved her. The lifeguard took her to the first aid. Sunday, it was all meant to let her.
That's beautiful. Look guys, what I suggest is when you do your stories, maybe come up the front and get a little bit closer to the camera and aim it at the microphone. That was beautiful, but a little bit hard to hear. So each time you do one, come up the front and get a little closer to the mic.
Lightning Ridge, you need to put your microphone on mute, please.
Oh.
Ooh.
No.
Okay, next.
Now, Bowen, was there a picture to go with that? Have we got a picture you can show us? Well, actually, this is from Burwood. That's a pretty awesome picture. Who was that by? I think that's by Alex Yang. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so let's break it up a little bit. How about the guys from Gomea Bay? Who's going to be doing some reading here today? Alana. Guys?
Come over here. Come over here, Alana.
Introduce you to Alana. Here she is.
Now, Alana, you need to speak into that microphone. Nice and clear. Big.
Nice big voice.
Hold up.
Sunday Chutney in the Swimming Carnival. I'm Sunday Chutney. Today is my first day at Holly Primary School and I'm excited. By the time I got to school, everyone is already there. Then I saw a group of girls. What are you girls talking about? I said curiously. Oh, we're just talking about the swimming carnival for today, replied one of the girls. Then the announcement for the swimming carnival was made. Will Sunday Chutney please go and collect your cozies for the swimming carnival? Not long after that, I jumped into the water for the backstroke race and twisted my wrist. Ow! I said. Then I swam to the starting line. After 10 seconds, the race had started. I was swimming as fast as a rocket and landed over the finish line. I won! I won! I shouted. Everyone said congratulations to me. The next day, I made lots of friends.
Yay! Ah, look at that picture. Isn't that great? Wow.
Excellent work. Whoa, great work. Very good.
Thank you, Alana. Do we have anybody else?
A postcard.
A postcard. Oh, yes, please.
Standing right there in front of the camera. That's it, good boy.
Rock and roll, that's it.
Good boy. Do you remember read your postcard? Big boys.
Dear Luke.
Need your voice in that, mate.
Dear Luke, I've just started at a new school. It's a bit unusual without you, but I will make friends, that's for sure. Our new little flat is just full of boxes. You can see the tallest residential building in the world so far. At school, I feel quite lonely because the new kid is always the one left out. I'll tell you why all of this is happening. Dad has moved work. He found a really good work up at the Gold Coast. He wants to be with his family, so we had to move up there too. I miss you. From Thomas.
Yeah.
Great work. Another postcard if you want. We'll go to
That is awesome. Thank you.
Very good.
So good. All right, so next school would be Drummoyne, yeah? Drummoyne. All right, what do you got, Drummoyne?
Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning.
We are not going to read stories, we're just going to show our pictures, if that's okay.
That is awesome news. Can I have a look?
Thought you might like that. Here they are. Now we're just going to have to wave them, stand them up and wave them past the camera.
Can they come up a little closer to the camera, one by one?
This is just a very small sample. They will beautiful charcoals of Sunday chutney.
I guess there's a sea of beautiful Sunday chutneys. How wonderful. They look great. Wow.
Sit down.
Awesome, guys. Thank you. All right. What? Currans Hill.
Okay, we've got Nicholas here. He's going to talk. Just stand back a little bit and I'll zoom in.
Hello, Nicholas.
Hello. Lex's big day.
Big voice.
On Thursday, it was a bright and sunny day and the bus had just turned up at the zone swimming carnival. And Sunday Chutney was the first girl to hop out of the bus. Sunday Chutney was the new girl at Aaron and Ursula Public School. I don't think she will do that well. I think we all felt nervous in our tummies. When we got inside, we saw raisins in the pools and I could smell the chlorine and the hot chips. Don't get dressed, class, my teacher said. When we came out, we waited for our race to get cooled up. Then we got cooled up. I was racing Sunday Chutney. I wonder how we will do. When we were standing on the diving board, bang, the gun went off. Sunday Chutney was winning. I can't believe it. Then I knocked my head on the wall. Sunday Chutney has won. I came second. It's over. No!
Awesome. I really liked the bit where you could smell the chlorine and hot chips. I thought that was awesome. Oh, look. Very cool. Very cool. Like that picture a lot. Have we got any more stories coming?
That's
Or is that
all right, thank you.
everyone? Thank you. That was so great. And do we miss anybody? Any schools that we haven't done? Yell out.
Aaron, it's Corinda Public School here.
Corinda, what were we thinking?
Yes.
What do you got, Corinda?
Show you. Okay, here's a couple of pictures. Geordie and Holly, would you like to come and just stand here next to me with your pictures of Sunday Chutney? Quickly, come on, we haven't got time. Hold them up against you. And I'll try and go up a little bit. There's our couple of pictures of Sunday Chutney. Okay, and very good, off you go. And Lily, would you like to stand here and read your story?
Sunday Chutney went to the pool. She dived into the pool at the swimming carnival. And her new friend cheered her on. She loved swimming and it was hot. Sunday Chutney's mum called her and gave her a big hug. After the race, when she had to leave, she had to say goodbye to her new friend. She went to her mum and said, I'm exhausted, but she was happy.
And Daisy, would you like to come and share your story? Quickly. Big boy.
My mum took me and Sunday Chutney to the swimming carnival, and when we got there, my friend Sunday Chutney and I jumped in the pool. We played in the pool. I loved it. So did my friend Sunday Chutney.
Thank you, Aaron. They are kindergarten children as well as some Year 1 and Year 2. Thomas?
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you very much. All right. So, what we might do just before we hang on, how are we going for time? Oh, good. You've got heaps of time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What I might do is I've got lots of pictures. So what I do is I'll just show you a few more Sunday Chutneys because there's lots of cool ones here. That is pretty gorgeous. Look at this. We'll zoom in here. There we go. They're pretty great. I love it. All right, and then I'll show you some more. We've shown that one already. This is gorgeous. This is from Burwood too? Yeah. Wonderful. As is this one. And what else do we have? Some nice action shots. And a beautiful Sunday here. I like this one in the bikini very much. In the water there. She's nice and round. And these are pretty awesome too. That's a beautiful one. And this one. I particularly like, who's this? This is Taylor from Corinda Public. I particularly like the frizzy hair you've done. It's very, very nice. So, alright, maybe, well actually before I draw a picture, because I'll draw a picture for the story Ursula wrote, but before I do, I thought I might show you guys something pretty special, because you've all been making pictures and writing stories. And if any of you are kind of interested in doing this, I wanted to show you this. Now, if we zoom in a little bit. This here is one of my books. It's called Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley. Now this funny little book here is the very, very first version of Pearl and Charlie. And I want to show you something, because I'm showing you this just to show you that anybody can do this. Anybody, if you want to make books, anybody can. Because when I made this book, it was my first one, I was just sitting on I was on a plane. I was going on a trip. And I was really bored because the plane hadn't taken off yet. And I had my little piece of paper that was going to tell me where I was going. And I just started scribbling things down. And I scribbled the name Pearl Barley. I thought, that's quite a good name. And then I drew this funny little picture here. Oops, I'm doing it backwards. There we go. There it is there. And that was the very first picture of Pearl and Charlie. I thought, they're quite interesting. But what can I do with them? And then that night, I was staying with some people. I might zoom out for this one, for comic effect. And as I was staying there, it suddenly occurred to me that night, I know what that book should be about. So I started writing it, but I thought, well, I wanted to write it, but I didn't have any paper. So I went into their bathroom, and I got this piece of toilet paper. And this piece of toilet paper is the very, 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 very first version of Pearl Barley and Charlie Parsley, and it's exactly the same as the one that you've read, if you've read that book, except it's written on toilet paper. And then the next day, there we are, it turned into that. But then the next day, I went, okay, I've done that, I've written my first little version. So I went and bought this little book here, and we might zoom in again. And I just did these really, really small pictures. There's one, really, just scribbly little drawings. And it's pretty much exactly the same book as the one that I finished, but I sort of prefer this version. I think this is my favourite one, actually. And I'm showing you this because you've all just done something as kind of as cool as that, and probably in some cases better. So if you like doing this, you should keep doing it, because it's good fun. So, what I might do now is Ursula's story. I think the bit I might do for that story, I've been thinking about it, I think I might do, because both Bill Marmalade and Sunday Chutney came first, so I might do a picture of them on the winner's podium. How about we do that? So, if you have pens and pencils, if you want to draw along, you can. If not, just enjoy watching. So, how will I start this? Because this is the thing, I have no idea what Bill Marmalade looks like, so I'm going to have to make him up. So, let's draw the podium first. So, I'll let's make a big podium bit here. Like that. And we'll put a big number 1 on it, so that we know where they are. And up on the podium, let's put our friends, Sunday Chutney and Bill Marmalade. So, we know what Sunday looks like, so let's draw her first. Circle for a head. Big glasses, remember that. If you guys can't see, you can come around a little bit, I don't mind. And she's got her glasses on, even though she's been in the pool. There we go. And she's in her swimmers today. And let's take her hair out. She's got her hair out. And she's won, along with Bill. So, swimmers, down like that. Skinny old legs. Just like this. And hide that hand. And let's put this hand up here. And maybe put her head on too. And let's have her holding hands with Bill Marmalade. Now, actually, let's put some more hair on Sunday. A little bit more frizzy hair. There we go. All right. So, Bill Marmalade. Who can help me out here? What kind of person would Bill Marmalade be? What would he look like? Yeah.
Blonde hair.
Blonde hair. Okay. He's going to have blonde hair. What else?
He could be in the marmalade jar.
He could be in a marmalade jar.
No.
Could be. No. That's true. Yes, that's right. What else could he look like? He might have blonde hair. Is he really tall? Is he really short? What is he?
He's short.
He's short. Okay. Yeah.
He has straight hair.
He has straight hair. Straight blonde hair. He's a bit short. Anything else? Yeah.
He has big glasses like Sunday.
Okay. He's also got big glasses. All right. That's a pretty good place to start. Let's do that. So if he's really short, then maybe he's having trouble holding onto that hand up there. But he's he has what?
Super long arms.
Super long arms. All right. That's why he wins the race, because he's got super long arms. All right. So there's a super long arm. Now let's draw Bill Marmalade. He's got straight blonde hair and big glasses. So I reckon he's got a head that's sort of a bit of, let's go with the old circle. And maybe his hair's down over his face like that. And it's straight and blonde, but underneath he's also got, maybe his glasses are round, like Harry Potter's. Maybe he's got glasses like that. There he is. And he's pretty happy because he's won the race, so he's got a smile like that too. And what's missing? Maybe they're giving him some ears. Maybe he's got quite big ears. There we go. That's a good looking Bill Marmalade. And he's got one, he looks a little bit like a monkey. He's got really long arms. So there's his other arm down here like that. And what else was about him? Anything else about him? Yeah, he's in his swimmers. He's got his little swimmers on. He's got very short legs. Has Bill Marmalade. There we go. And really big feet, which get him through the water really quickly, which is why he's such a good swimmer. Alright. He's a little bit like a monkey. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I showed you a couple of little cool drawing tricks last week, so let's do that again. So I'm going to use a grey pen, and I'm going to put a little bit of shadow in Sunday's glasses, and under her nose, and down the side of her face, and under her chin, and a bit over here, and on that arm, and down that side there. And poor old Bill Marmalade, I reckon a bit of this in his hair, make him look a bit more blonde, and it's a bit messy too. Inside his glasses, under his nose, down that side of his face, under his chin, down that side of him, and under his feet. I reckon that's pretty it. That's pretty good. Alright. Cool. So, what shall we do next? I think, how much time have we got?
Another 10-15 minutes.
About 10 or 15 minutes. I think I might read out a few of these stories. I think that might be a good thing to do. So, what have we got here? Let me see. Actually, there was a ghost one that I thought was really interesting. Oh, that's it. I might read you my new book too, but I'll read you this first, because I think this looks pretty good. So, where is it? There's a story lurking in here somewhere. Here we go. Let's have a look at this. This is by, who is this by? Doesn't have a name. Someone from Burwood. Whoever you are, I'm going to read you a story called Sunday, The Two Ghosts and Me. One afternoon, my class and I went to a swimming carnival. Sunday has long, messy brown hair, bright, shiny black eyes, and talkative, curvy mouth. They're very good descriptive words. Her arms were twice as big and twice as strong as a wombat, and her legs were as fast as a horse. Now, we started racing, but I was coming last, and Sunday was first. What could I do? Suddenly, a friendly ghost appeared. I was afraid it would hit me, but instead it said, "Hello, you are the only one who can see me here because of your special swimming goggles." Pretty cool. Unexpectedly, a push came. Now I was going faster and faster. It was all because of that friendly ghost. Now, a bad ghost attacked Sunday and the other people in the race. Quickly, the friendly ghost went to my bag and yelled, "What do you want me to take out?" And I replied, "Anything, but quickly." Then he got a torch and a mirror. I quickly shone the light on the mirror facing the ghost. Now it felt like back to normal. It's a very strange sequence of events. Like the bad ghost didn't attack anymore, but the friendly ghost was still there, and after that we danced and played, and we even played hopscotch. Now, Sunday and the ghost were my best friends forever. But, that's a great story. Which brings me, I think I might give you guys, I don't know whether you, some guys here have got it. Have you guys heard the Ghost of Annabelle Spoon yet? Have you read that story? Started reading it? All right, well I'm going to read it to you guys. I'm going to read it to all of you, so. Oh, thank you. All right, so, rather like this, when I did this little version of Pearl and Charlie, well, Annabelle started exactly the same way, in a funny little book, and I just scribbled down the pictures and I wrote out the words, and eventually I turned those pictures into this book. So, I'm going to read this one to you aloud, actually. Let me get the dust jacket off. Alright. The Ghost of Miss Annabelle Spoon. The village of Twee, we might zoom in a little bit, just a little. Which roll, not that far. There we go. That's it. The village of Twee, 7 miles from the sea, had a problem more awful than most. It was haunted and cursed, yet the folk feared the worst. Oh, the township was plagued by a ghost. No matter what hour, she lurked, looking sour, be it midnight or mid-afternoon. Her dresses were shabby, her mood always crabby. Her name was Miss Annabelle Spoon. Oh, the horror, the panic, the townsfolk were manic. They suffered distemper and fits. It was dreadful to see every poor soul in Twee simply petrified out of their wits. Enough is enough, puffed the mayor in a huff to a town who were equally cranky. Things must be improved, yes, she must be removed. And he patted his head with a hanky. But how? Asked the baker. We'll just have to make her, the schoolteacher said with a scowl. The doctor cried, "Oh, we're all doomed, don't you know?" And the wind through the trees, it did howl. Pardon me. But just at this juncture, a small voice did puncture the noise in the room like a spear. It said, I just thought that we ought to just ask the poor ghost why it's here." Well, the rumour did stop. You could hear a pin drop, and the terrified mob seemed to settle. Then they all turned to see. Who on earth could that be? Turns out, it was young Herbert Kettle. "Are you mad?" asked the grocer. But Herbert said, "No, sir. I think we should just ask her why." "You're insane," spat the mayor, madly patting his hair. "If you did that, you'd certainly die." But Herbert said, "Rot." And he turned on the spot, and he marched to the back of the hall. "You may think I'm a fool, but I'll talk to this ghoul. Wish me luck, and good night to you all." Pardon me. Well, rumour was rife. They were not causing strife. The ghost had a house in the wood. So in search of Miss Spoon, only lit by the moon, Herbert set off as fast as he could. Through the dark rocky trees, just as calm as you please, Herbert searched for the ghost through the night, till he came to a dwelling where he'd no trouble telling all the rumours he'd heard had been right. Might I get a glass of water?
I'm getting you one.
Thank you very much. Well, his nerves turned to butter as he peeped past the shutter and saw her sat there at her table. She was there in the gloom, quite alone in her room, looking spooky and somewhat unstable. Oh, he wanted to run, but his job was not done. You'll regret this, you dimwit, he swore. And although scared to death, Herbert held tight his breath. Then he opened Miss Annabel's door. Oh, he shook like a leaf. But to Herbert's relief, what he saw took away all his fears. Yes, to Herbert's surprise, from Miss Annabel's eyes came a sudden appearance of tears. Excuse me. Oh no. Oh. My goodness. Sorry if I got a cold. That was a terrible interlude. Oh. Oh. Cough. Can I do it? Let's try again. So, Annabelle's house. All right. Yeah. No, it's fine. Sorry, guys. So, I'm so glad you're here, said the ghost drawing near, and I do hope you'll stay for some tea. I can make you some toast, maybe we've got the roast. Oh, and anything, just listen to me. Would you care for scones? The ghost, she went on. I'd have baked something if only I'd known. And she fell in a heap, and she started to weep. I'm so tired of being alone. Well, it broke Herbert's heart when the ghost did impart, all I want in the world is a friend. But when I go out, people run, scream and shout, I'll be lonely, I'm sure, till the end. Oh, she wept and she wept, for such sadness she'd kept deep inside her for such a long time. And with that, Herbert knew what a good lad should do. In the distance, a church bell did chime. The young man said, Miss, I can promise you this, if a friendship is all that you need. Well, you don't frighten me, you're as nice as can be. You can call me a friend, yes indeed. Poor Annabel Spoon, well, she thought she would swoon. Really? She asked through her tears. Yes, said the lad. That's the best news I've had, said the ghost, for the last 100 years. And that's how it ended. The ghost's heart was mended. The friendship was all that she craved. Her sadness diminished, the haunting was finished, the town had been properly saved. So, if you're in Tweed, 7 miles from the sea, and you visit the tea room at noon, don't be unnerved if the table's reserved for the ghost of Miss Annabel Spoon. Ah, thank you. Good grief. Oh my goodness. Well, shocking. Okay, so this isn't a glass of wine. So, before we finish up, is there, this is difficult with the group, but I might do it with the group here, and if anybody is desperately got any questions, send them through. Have you got anything you'd like to ask me before I go? What about you guys? Do you have any questions? Yeah?
How long does it take to make Sunday chutney?
How long did it take to make Sunday chutney? So, Sunday chutney took me, I filled lots and lots and lots of notebooks full of things, and I was trying to figure out what the story was going to be, and when I figured out what it was going to be, it took me about a day. I did it really quickly. And then to paint the pictures took about, 2 months, I think. It took me? Yeah. Got any other questions? Yes.
Do you prefer to work day or night?
What an excellent question. Do I prefer to work day or night? I prefer to work at night, but I have 2 small children who wake up very early in the morning, so I can't do that anymore, so I work during the day. Anymore? Yes.
How many books have you written?
I have written, how many books have I written was the question? I have written, there's the 4 that are in the shops, and I've written 5 more, which are all coming out in the next couple of years. And my next one is called The Dreadful Fluff, which is out next September. I've got to paint the pictures.
Do you want to ask if there's any questions?
Yes, and to these guys, so let's go to Lightning Ridge. Any questions, guys? So you're gone.
No.
How long did it take to write the book?
How long? It depends. Pearl and Charlie was written in about 20 minutes. Annabelle Spoon was written over the space of about a week. And then I'm working on one at the moment called Henry Blood that I've been working on for months. So it just depends. What about Drummoyne? Any questions?
Publish in a year.
Oh, say it again.
How many books can you publish in a year?
How many books can you publish in a year?
That's a very good question. Generally speaking, you don't want to do more than one a year. I was tempted at one point to do one every 9 months, but which I was going to do, but then I ended up doing lots of other things too, and I didn't have time to do that. So I do one a year, which seems pretty good. What about Corinda? Any questions?
Yes, we have one. Aaron, Lily?
Was your dream to draw?
Was it my dream to draw? I guess so. My dream was, I loved movies, because like Sunday Chutney, I moved around all the time. I used to go to the movies, and that was how I used to, because I didn't know a lot of people often when I was a kid, I'd read books and go to the movies, so I wanted to tell stories, and part of the way of doing that was drawing. So yes, but telling stories was my favourite thing. What about, oh, another one, yes.
Just got one more, Aaron. Daisy?
Please, that's great, yeah.
Favorite book that you have
What's your
drawn?
What's your favourite book that you have drawn, Aaron?
My favourite book that I've drawn could be Sunday Chutney, or I quite like the Ghost one too. And I really like the Dreadful Fluff, but you'll have to wait to see that one. And have we missed anybody? Current Hill. Any questions, gang? Hello? Burwood? How about you?
Big loud voice.
How old did you start writing your books?
I was very old. Extremely old. I was 30. I was an old person.
There you go. Thank you.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah,
And
just one.
Burwood. And Burwood?
That was Burwood.
That was Burwood, all right. So, all right. So to wrap up, have we got any couple more questions from here? Yeah.
How did you get the idea of the pictures that you did?
Oh, how do I think up the pictures? The question was, how do I think of the pictures? Just like that, really. I think of, when I write my story, I think of what will be the best way to show that in one picture. Because I also make a comic. If any of you guys have school magazines, this year you'll see or next year you'll see a comic of mine. And when you make a comic, you get to have all kinds of little panels so you can tell the story with lots and lots of pictures. In a picture book, you can just have to do it in one, each page. So I try to think of the picture that best tells the story. Like that one is these guys winning the race together. Okay.
Yeah.
And last question, I think.
Last one.
Beyond.
When did you start deciding what you wanted to write books?
The question was, when did I decide I wanted to write books? It took me a while because I used to do plays and TV shows and things because I was an actor, and I think I did that because I wanted to tell stories, but I was kind of doing the wrong thing. I wasn't very good at that. So what I started to do was paint, and then I liked painting, but I missed the stories. So then I started to put the pictures with stories I made up, and that was, like I said before, when I was about 30, and I found what I like to do the best, which is make up stories and do pictures for them. And I think that's the end. I'm lucky to have survived that. That But it was really good though, so thank you.
Poor Aaron was coughing away.
Oh.
Girls and boys, can you please give Aaron a big clap from where you are and a big wave goodbye? Now, teachers, if you would like, if you can email through to Stephen at Peter some feedback on what you thought, so that we might be able to do these similar things again. I've got to say the standard of the children's work when they actually have to present something so they've got an audience, I know from our end, was much better than it usually would be if it was just a plain piece of bookwork. So I know that's been one of the benefits of today. But any feedback that you can give would be much appreciated. We don't really want to have to send out a tick and cross box. So if you can send just a brief outline of what you liked, what your kids got out of it, and what your school, we very much appreciate that. Okay, so last thing, one massive more clap for Aaron, and we will say good afternoon. Good morning.